All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and the company de Viticulture de North España, otherwise known as CVNE, was in to see me, and these wines, very traditional Riojas. In fact, the white monopole wine, which is a term they use in Burgundy, they've been using this since 1915. This wine 100% from the Rioja grape, and what a great little value. Some of these Spanish whites are $14, really fresh wine on the nose, lime, citrus, green melon fruits, and really light and lean wine on the palate, but really refreshing, some salty kind of minerally notes showing on the finish. Very good juice at $14. The Rosado up next. This is 100% Tempranillo Rosado. They use the Saunier method here. Really pretty strawberry, kind of Jolly Rancher candy fruit on the nose. Fresh rose petals, really pretty bouquet. Juicy red berry fruit on the tongue with those pretty floral notes showing through the finish, which is bone dry at $13.25. The CVNE Rioja Crianza up next. This wine's got a little Mazuelo and Garnacha in it, and this is the winery's workhorse. They do 900,000 bottles here. All American oak. A lot of Spanish wineries still using American oak. This wine's got a lovely wild strawberry, red cherry fruit, hints of saddle leather, some dried herbs, and tobacco spice. Nice light red berry fruit on the tongue with soft tannins, but nice acidity here, freshening things up for $14. A very good little buy. Next up is a Crianza, and this wine is from their property in Alvareza. They have two different wineries. This one is state-of-the-art. A good amount of that dark berry fruit here, some dark soy, dried meat-like notes, nice complexity, all seasoned American oak, maybe a little bit of French thrown in there. A good amount of dark berry, wild strawberry fruit on the palate with some tannins on this wine, some meaty notes, some fine herbs. Got a little bit more to it, but still $15.50. Wow, you could age this wine for several more years in the bottle. What a great little value, man. Then up this is the Reserva from their Alta property, and this is a winery I visited my first trip to Spain, and man, there's so much mold on the bottles in this place, and they say, hey, this is a good mold. It's got a lot of penicillin in it. Well, not that that gets into the wine or anything, but I'll never forget my visit there just by the amount of mold in the cellar. And there was a little bit of mold on top of the cork on this one, but it doesn't get into the wine. It's amazing. This wine's got a good amount of dark berry fruit here with notes of dried meats, fine herbs, 18 months in French and American oak. And it's got a little Graciano, Mazuela, and Garnacha also in the blend here, 85% Tempranillo. A little bit more structure in this wine, some nice depth of flavors, a classic-style Rioja at $23.25, still an excellent little value. The Imperial was up next, and the Imperial is a winery within a winery. They make two different wines and a separate winemaking team. This one's got really nice richness on the nose here, 2005 vintage, so it's got a little bottle aged, some dark berry fruit, dried meats, fine herbs, dark earth, and a really nice complexity that opens up and evolves in just a little time in the glass. Really nice richness showing on the palate, a warmer year, so lots of ripe fruit here, layers of dark spice, fresh earth, dried meats, really nice fine tannins, and wonderful freshness on the finish, 10% Graciano in the blend here. Excellent juice at $45. And then the Contino, which this was a single estate, first bottle in 73. The grapes before this used to go into the Viña Real. The history of this wine goes back to the 17th century. Contino was the name of the royal guards for the Spanish king, and to this group of soldiers, the king bequeathed this land to the guards for their continual service. And this was a cooler year, 2007, so more classic style. This site is a peninsula on the Ebro River. A touch of Graciano in the blend. And this wine is big and chewy on the tongue, and layers of dark fruit, earth, exotic spices. Really long and firm acidity in this wine. You really notice that cool vintage. Still some dry tannins. This wine needs a little bit of time, but it has got a lot of everything and wonderful balance. Most excellent juice, and still under $50. Amazing. Some of the wines you can get from Spain, some top-level wines, still under $50. All right, well, that's what we had to drink with the folks from CVNE. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.